one of the panelists. So we will get some of his insights during the panel discussion. Later he will make a formal presentation. So that's how thing. So we will, this panel discussion is for 50 minutes. But I understand that Krishnan is working because it's all about happiness at work. And am I right?
Yes.
He's working and he has got an important work at 5 o'clock. So we'll try to see that the maximum inputs from Krishnan will take during the first half an hour. I mean, that doesn't mean that you are not important. So he's at work and you are not working.
I have no problem.
No problem at all. All want to be very happy. Now the subject for today's panel discussion is how to make urban professionals more happy. So we were discussing why urban professionals, as if rural professionals need not be happy. No, somebody said they are already happy. Some people say that they are misunderstood to be happy. So anyway, since Anand has written a book on urban, so I was trying to talk to Anand why these urban professionals are so unhappy. So he told me a story on the way. His friend lives in Bangalore. He was coming back from office. He at a roundabout. He took 2 rounds and he forgot whether he's going to office or he's going home. Then suddenly, because the IQ is very high, he opened his tiffin box. The tiffin box is empty. They said, I'm going home. This is stress level. If you don't even remember, similarly, because unplanned holiday, so you want to be stressed. This is one thing on urban professionals. Probably that's the reason they said this is the topic. The second thing they said is it's all about happiness at work. That means this happiness is related to work. If you are not working, where is the happiness? So it is presupposes that we are all working. You are not working, don't look for happiness. So you are working, urban professionals working. So for the panel discussion, you will see next 50 minutes will be at work, and we will remain happy. We would like to make you happy. So we will move on. So I have given my definition of urban professionals. We would like to understand from the panelists what is so different about this crowd called urban professionals. How do you define them? Is there a different breed or something? Urban professionals. Anyone?
I think Anand should lay down the agenda of his urban professionals.
Okay, Anand, it works. Just say hello, it works. Just say hello. Yeah, it works.
Yeah, so good question, DP. So urban professionals is the focus because there are some special characteristics of their life. So one, I think they generally live in nuclear families where there is no support for, let us say, bringing up children. Secondly, they meet large number of people. So meeting people itself is a source of stress, and we sometimes do not realize that. See, when we were prehistoric people, whenever we met anybody, and we always had 3 questions, right? Am I its food? Is it my food? Or should I woo that person? And so it has been proven that whenever you meet a lot of people, without your knowing yourself, you are always doing the sizing process. And the number of times you do the sizing process, very subconsciously in your system, you are activating a system of anxiety. So that is the second. And thirdly, since we are living in very dense kind of places, we tend to travel too long to work. And if you look at the other professionals, their place of work is very near to their place of home. And like Dwarkaji said, or Masuji said, there is a work-life integration. There is no separation.
I'll take 3 at this stage. Shivani,
Sure.
why these urban professionals are different? So we have to discuss about them.
I think modern education, big cities, urbanization brings a lot of stress in their everyday lives. As in, they expect as they join the workforce, there's a certain expectation of it being difficult. Their cities are high-paced, and the demands of their time and the demands put on them vis-a-vis traffic, vis-a-vis people, vis-a-vis urbanization. It's all, they're running faster than, I would say, rural professionals. If we're trying to make the difference.
Krishnan, you want to add something? We are trying to define or trying to get a meaning. What is so different about urban professionals?
So I can frame this in my music. So I have a band.
Yeah, Krishnan is a musician.
Yeah. So we
And also works for a company.
exactly. So that itself is different for an urban
SAP,
professional.
not SAP. Huh? He works for SAP.
Very well put. So, we make music we call white collar rock. And I think we distinguish it from rock which came from the blue collar world. So the history of blue collar rock is people used to rail against the system. In the white collar world, we are the system. So I believe the urban professional creates the system which impacts everybody else's life. Your circle of influence is very large. So if you're unhappy, you get Lehman Brothers.
Very, very well said. Well said. Dr. Bansal, you want to add
Yes,
something?
certainly. Because one has seen, one has worked in TTA for almost 30 years and only for international airports. So I presume that number one, the dreams, I would say, of the people who shift to the urban cities are too big. And most of the time bigger than they can have or they can reach. And number two, the challenges these big cities offer, challenges of living is later the challenge of survival itself. You know, your own education for your children, right education, proper transport, and the safety, security of your family and your own self. Most of people, even if they want to be happy, the happiness is very different.
Thank you. Anyone from the audience wants to add something? We are defining urban professionals. We are also characterizing them. Anyone wants to add something? Urban professionals. Yes, sir.
Roles were of people, let's say women. So then they're trying to do something different, and then there are social norms around, let's say, bringing up a kid. So then that brings in stress. And maybe I'm just speaking for women right now, but yeah.
You must.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay. Right? Yeah. Anand, you want to add?
Yeah, there are too many companies.
What I have seen from my perspective, see a lot of people here. I'm also a consultant. I meet a lot of people.
सर आप बोल दिया ना?
I'm engaged.
अच्छा नहीं बोला.
That's what it is.
Let us leave it there.
You have asked me my comment.
No, I have not asked you. Please, sorry. I didn't ask her a comment. Sorry. I withdraw. I didn't ask her a comment. He says, it's wherever you are, you can be happy. Wherever you are, you can be unhappy. Like Ashok Arya said, it's a viewpoint. We respect that. Yeah. Anyone else? Is urban population a bit different, needs special focus? Urban population.
I think the concept is about 20-year-old, in the sense that we did not have a concept of rural professional.
Okay.
We do have a concept of urban professional progressive youth, or UPPI, from which in India we have PAPI, which is Punjabi Urban Professional Progressive Youth. And this is very much in use. I guess one of the hallmark of this urban professional is, first of all, the ambition.
Okay.
And the second is the speed of life.
Ambition and speed. These are sources. Wonderful. Punjabis, when you go home, you are distressed, think that you are all puppies. Feel happy. Feel happy. We will go to the next level. We respect that view that everywhere there can be stress, everywhere people can be happy, people are happy. We respect that view. But we just, for this panel discussion, will confine ourselves to urban professionals. We would like to know from the panelists, according to which are major reasons of the so-called unhappiness or less happiness in urban. So anyone can start, not more than 3 points. I mean, 1, 2 is okay. Sources of unhappiness or sources of less happiness. So we already discussed, but we want your view. We have discussed so many things, speed, ambition, all that, but we want to know from you. So according to you, what are the top 2?
Sources of unhappiness.
Unhappiness or less happiness?
Um,
Reduced happiness.
it's a I would say it's a mismatch between expectation. It's like, what is my expectation from my life, and what is it that life is actually giving to me?
Expectation and reality.
Yeah.
That is one way. If there is a gap, you feel.
And the other thing I think is that there is a lot of focus on the outside and not enough on the inside. As in, I'm expecting to de-stress by changing my environment, but I'm not really spending any time on changing of self.
Anand, does it mean that in urban we are more extrovert and because he says outside? Is that a reason?
So yeah, not necessarily, but I would cover the reasons in my presentation.
You covered the reason. So that is the reason we kept his presentation later.
So the syllabus is there.
Syllabus is there. Any unanswered question, refer to the syllabus.
So, I don't have two or three, I have one idea on this, which is I think happiness, unhappiness is premised on our definition of success. And this is the philosophy on which I write music. So I believe today a lot of definition of success, if it could be based on creation, then we would be happy. If we base our definition of success on consumption, we will always be unhappy because there is no end to that. So I fundamentally believe each of us has a creative instinct. Every moment you spend manifesting that creative instinct, those moments largely are free. So when I take my guitar and sing, I don't pay anybody any money, but I'm extraordinarily happy at that point of time.
Wonderful point. If it is around creation, you are bound to be happy. If it is around consumption, your chances are you are lesser happy. I'm not saying unhappy.
The thing also, in addition to whatever they have said, virtually covers everything. But yet you see, those of us who have come from villages or smaller places, we need to know that description also. The social fabric at smaller places, at the villages, is very strong. Very, very strong and extremely supportive. You do not know them, you can still, you would virtually knock at every door in the evening. You play with the whole village in the evening, not knowing whose father it is. They know that this guy belongs, his son or his daughter. In big cities, urban cities we're talking about, nobody knows who's there in the next interaction.
So you are the community, the connect, Sahyog.
There's a tremendous possibility of you sharing your problem. And not even sharing, once you are a part of such a large crowd, which you feel is my own, your problems just vanish. So in the smaller places, happiness is basically inherent in the social fabric, which is very badly lacking in urban cities. It cannot happen basically, just cannot happen.
Anand, your name is Anand. Name means happiness. Many people become guru, then you put Anand to their name. Dhananjay Anand, Kamala Anand, like this. So he is born Anand. So I met one such guru. I said, "Sir, क्या है? Urban में एक neighbor आता है, and village में neighbor already है. बोलते हैं ये योग है और सहयोग है. यहाँ पे खाली number है, 2 neighbor, 3 neighbor. वहाँ पे it is 2 family, 3 family. So this is the difference between yoga and sayog. That's what that Anand told me. Achha, Anand, because Krishnan will go, can you tell us at least one secret, most important reason that makes urban people less happy? One reason. Just say hello. Anand works. He works.
So there are 10 reasons. That's why I said I will cover them.
So
in
the top one.
That's
for
right.
Krishnan sake.
That's right. So top one is essentially, for example, uncertainty about the future. I would say that will be the top one.
Hey, I didn't know that he's leaving. Nandan left just now. Uncertainty. I thought all the NHRD people will stay till the end. Uncertain. One fellow thought. I'm becoming frustrated. I'm less happy. Anybody wants to add on this? Yeah. One reason, important reason, which makes us lesser happy as compared to others.
So we need to understand that the race never gets over at one point in time, wherein the ambition keeps on changing. So there is a quote, small quote by Gulzar Saab who has written very beautifully.
गुलजार बोलने से
बड़ी बेवफा है ये इच्छाएं, पूरा होते ही कमबख्त बदल जाती हैं.
I don't know, but I'm very happy. I'm very happy. Okay, we'll the young lady.
I would say it's state of mind. So unhappy people sometimes will remain unhappy in whatever situation they are. just like Mr. Dwarikanath mentioned, people who are, even if they go on vacation, they can be unhappy. So I think it is a state of mind. Yes.
And that is more so in urban.
Yes, I would say so.
And
I
another
think-
Appananji told me, the brain doesn't know why you do something. Brain only helps you to do what you do better. So we want to be unhappy, so the brain will make you unhappy. Perfect unhappiness.
I'm sure everyone would have seen one such person in their life, who would get anything but they will still be unhappy, right? So, state of mind.
You want to give any example of a person who is permanently unhappy?
No, I'm good. I'm good here.
Okay, we'll proceed. Yeah, so, Rakesh.
So, I think somehow urban guys feel that there is unlimited potential, whereas rural professionals probably have a limited perception, limited about the potential which one can really do. So they are quite contented with what they have got.
He's humble, he's contented. Urbans overestimate, more aspire. Good point. Okay, we will move on. Krishnan, you before you leave, Dwarka is happy. He's an urban professional. So why all of us cannot reach that level? Give us some tips. No. He is studying. He's a musician.
He's actually happy.
So anyway, I can give you a very easy tip.
Please.
Go to YouTube or go online, look for contraband.in and go and listen to our album on YouTube. It's called Currency while reading Anand's book. You will be perfectly happy for the next one.
Contraband.in. Contraband.in.
But jokes aside, at least this has been my approach. I have always seen, so I have this idea because a lot of us urban professionals, I find we are very happy when we go back to our college days. So people have college reunions and they're damn happy and they come to campus and bring their families. And I keep asking the question that at that time you had no money, you had no ambition, you had no desire, you were so happy. And suddenly now that you have everything, you are deeply unhappy, and those glory days 20 years back is what makes you happy. I find myself very puzzled, and I think, and to me the answer is very simple. I think in college we used to manifest our creative energy in something or the other. It could be music, it could be drama, it could be somebody writing, like Anand is doing right now. And I think as we get older, we dampen that down in our quest for some kind of urban professional success, which is rather meaningless actually. And we were all very happy when we could manifest that spirit.
Good tip. We should go back to college days, go back to school days, go back to the organization where we started working. I mean, those days we were more creative, less aspirational, less this expectation centric, less consumption centric. That's correct. Yeah, I have picked up. So now I can give a bhashan. You should be creative centric, you go to consumption, you become happy. Go back, when you grow, go back, go to the field, think you are active, still creative. Sir, you give some tips to be happier, more happier.
I still come back to the same thing primarily because what he mentioned, ultimately same thing. When you go back to say your school of calling friends or life, basically, the aspirational levels in villages are also increasing big way. If we only relate it to aspiration, we may perhaps be taking an entirely wrong path. People there are perhaps now more aspirational than in the urban cities. Two things which make a real difference is the social fabric which I said. You have tremendous support levels there. Here you are lying on the road, somebody has shot you, the urbanite doesn't even look at you. They are just passing because they are very big hurry, they have to attend a meeting. So problem is two. Number one is that. Two is urbanite doesn't have time. They don't have time for work. They don't have time for their family. The problem is they don't have time for anything. The dreams are going to the sky. Whereas persons living smaller places, they have all the time on the earth. Because as he mentioned, travel time is very limited. Admission to school is not a problem. Doctor is just next door to you. So you have a lot of time to take care of your aspirations. These are the two real big worries in urban cities.
Sir, worry तो ठीक है. अब मैं गांव जा नहीं सकता हूँ. कुछ भी हो यहीं पे. करें क्या?
तरह आप जो है ना गांव से कुछ सीख के तो आ सकते हैं.
अभी जाके गांव जाके सीख के आओ. That's the thing. Yeah, like he said, go to school, go to the gaon, go to your roots. That's the thing. Yeah.
So, I think urban professional is an application of this thing, right? All people can be happy or unhappy. That is quite true. And one of the reasons tips by which we can overcome unhappiness is by learning not to be desperate. And we learned, we have learned very early in life to be very desperate. And if we are able to unlearn that and be ourselves and accept all emotions, I think one of the things that we should not take away is that negative emotions have to be banished from our mind. That's not at all the idea. If we can experience everything, completely as it is, and that itself, because the word happiness is a very shallow word, and we have a problem of vocabulary there, and I'll shortly talk about that. But I think if we learn not to be desperate and unlearn that part, I think we'll be happy wherever we are.
I mean, you can't do away with the negative emotions. They will happen. That's what he say. You can't. But don't be desperate. Maintain the calmness. Don't be desperate. You want to add?
Well,
One time.
I can say that we launched something called Seeker.com. Seeker is an app which is for inner wellness, which is for self-discovery. Simply because we thought, one of the thoughts that came to me, what is the urban professional? The urban professional gets on a treadmill where he keeps running faster because there is success. And the success means there's only one basic measure of that success is financial success. As you keep moving up the ladder, you are perceived as being more successful. But that success does not, it holds the promise of happiness, but actually brings with it a lot of discomfort and anxiety and stress. And because the source of comfort and joy and happiness is inside, it has nothing to do, which is what Krishnan said, that your creative source, which is going back to self, which is going back to when I meditate, when I do yoga, when I am doing mindfulness practices, when I am in community, when I am doing community service. There are studies that show that when you give of yourself without any expectation of return, that the happiness you get from that lasts much longer than consumerism. You buy something, immediately think, what next? ये तो ले लिया, अब क्या?
It means less of greed.
I think it's just focus on self. Focus on self. We don't spend enough time educating ourselves. We educate ourselves about management degrees, about professional well-being, professional success, but not as much.
That's good. Krishna, the last question before you know. Four of you, anyone can tell one example where you are motivated, or you inspired, or you are guided, or you have seen somebody was unhappy and you have seen him transforming with some small trick, maybe breathing, maybe meditation, maybe something in your own life you have seen somebody. Please give us one example so that we can relate to that.
Since you pointed me, I was at HCL with Anand at one time, and I used to lead marketing there, and I had a large team. And I once did an offsite, and I used music in that offsite. And basically what we were doing is getting some guy in a hot seat and building the concept of a song around that person. So this was an example of a youngster in the team, and I asked him, what was the happiest moment of your life? And at that time the CEO was Vineet Nair. So he said, one day Vineet came and he said, some work had happened. He said, you did a great job. This was the happiest moment of my life. So I told him the corollary then is if Vineet Nair had come and said, that was a lousy job, that would be the unhappiest moment of your life. And the fact that you are willing to outsource your happiness to what Vineet Nair tells you is very disturbing to me. And I think that changed his mind. That youngster is now very successful. He's still with HCL. He's now in New York, one of the key marketing leaders in that organization. And there was a dramatic change in his outlook.
But don't externalize, internalize.
I'm back. I keep harping on the same thing.
Yeah, creative. Then you would like to give an example?
I would
It's
not an example.
See that. Bhumika, you just.
Unhappiness also results out of the other person's lack of confidence that they can't do it. They have a dream but they can't do it. So they're very, very unhappy. And if you just stand with them that you have all the potential and you will be able to do it. You are a great guy and you only can do it. And I've seen happiness emerging straightly on the face once you tell them that by experience telling that you can do it. And I've seen them doing it and resulting tremendous happiness. That's one mantra that will always, always be.
Thank you, sir. But I want an example. Anand?
So there are several examples I have given in the book.
No, one for the crowd.
Yeah. So, I have seen an individual who is very good, but who had this very, very good, very successful, very talented, and who would give a run, for the senior person also in terms of content and other stuff. And who would always have this little bug that at the point when things are going very well, he would jeopardize whatever he has got himself by suddenly wondering whether he has got his due or not. He will press for something. And where he could have got something extraordinary, he will himself cut it short by asking, okay, now what am I getting out of it? And over a period of time, I started to point out to him that there is something about him that makes him, relive this pattern again and again in his life. And somewhere that is because he is not feeling secure, that he has a underlying view of the world that, he will lose out if he is not very vigilant. And that underlying view of the world is, coloring all his transactions. And, they go well and suddenly he diminishes it himself. And that is, once I pointed it out to him, he was able to reduce it. I wouldn't say he has eliminated it. But he somewhat, that's because he found the source, where it happened, why it happened. And now I think he is doing much better now. That's an example.
Shivani, any example, some case you come across?
I'd actually like to talk about myself.
No, that's humility.
I can't say I was specifically unhappy, but I came with the expectation that you need an event to be happy. You go to a party, you meet friends, you spend time with family, it makes you happy. But the fact that happiness could actually just be a state of being continuously, irrespective of my circumstance, was foreign to me. I don't think that's how we perceive life. So I'm a disciple of Sadhguru Jaggi Vasudev, and I did a program and I learned a meditation practice. And I practiced. And 6 months down the line, I'm sitting in the car and I'm just feeling happy. Now it's I don't know how it sounds to you, but for me it was very odd that I was experiencing joy, I was experiencing happiness, which wasn't actually connected to something specific. It wasn't because of an event. And for me it was like a whole new world opened up, saying, oh, life can happen. People can do, people are good, people are not so good, people do how we expect them to do, people don't do how we expect them to do. But I can be happy. It's almost like conscious choice. So that's been my experience with happiness.
Very nice. And we also appreciate, respect that she herself said, yes, I did it on myself. Wonderful. Let's clap for her. Anyone in the audience, as a parent, you have done something for somebody. As a friend, you have done for something. As a senior colleague, you have done for some colleague. Or you have done for yourself. You are unhappy, or you have seen somebody unhappy or stressful. You did something, you gave some advice, and you have seen him changing. So anybody wants to share it? Yes, please. Mic, guys. Mic.
मैं मोटा हूँ इसलिए मेरा फेस ऐसे है. But when I got into honestly meditation and a bit of introspection, and then I realized, listen, man, I'm his creation. Who am I to dislike his creation?
He must God.
So I love myself, only then I can love others. See, today even the small kids on the roadside, they laugh at me. Mota ja raha hai. And I laugh and I thank him कि thank you very much कि आपने मुझे इस लायक तो बनाया कि मुझे देखकर लोग हंसते तो हैं, कोई रोका तो नहीं है. Keep yourself happy. Happiness is around. Thank you.
अपना हैप्पी है. I was working JK रिसेप्शनिस्ट और एक आदमी का बीच में कुछ कन्वर्सेशन चल रहा था, तो उसको गाली दे रहे थे रिसेप्शनिस्ट. वो आदमी क्या बोलता मालूम है? चलो गाली तो दिया, लेकिन तेरे होठों पे तो मेरा नाम तो आया. ये कोई It happened in JK.
My name is Sunil.
मैसेजेस नोट करते रहते हैं. ये ढूंढते रहते हो तो.
Happiness which I came across. Number of total desires that we have, and how many have been fulfilled. Simple arithmetic. Let's say I have 10 desires right now. I want to be this, that, and then 5 are fulfilled, so I'm 50% happy. Otherwise, if 9 are fulfilled, I'm 90% happy. But what happens is that my denominator keeps increasing. 9 fulfilled, they keep on increasing. So I was finding that in myself about 10 years ago. I was with Anand for many years in HCA. Then I realized, what Shivani was talking about, meditation, understanding who you are, and then your happiness can be unconditional. If you can be happy in whatever circumstance, wherever you are, without any conditions, and that you can achieve that. I don't want to elaborate too much. But meditation is, I think, a very, very powerful tool.
Thank you, Mr. Mittal. Dwarka. Sir, phone.
I totally agree with what it's a great insight to me. Everybody cannot self-manage things. See, there are two kinds of people who can do the way you did it, do introspection or, whatever you do, yoga, whatever meditation. Some of them can do, some of them cannot do. But I think the challenge lies who cannot think in those manners what you think. You have a mature state of mind, you have those experiences, you can think enough. You need, I think, from Anand's book, you need that little bit of stimulation and motivation to them. There, I have a slightly different perspective for Christians. Vinith has said it to him, saying, great job done, he is happy. But if you want to say you a lousy job done, there is a way of saying. When you want to praise a guy, praise in public. When you want to give a feedback on something which he needs to improve, do it in private. But there is a way of saying it. You don't have to say, come a lousy job. You can say, look, you have done this one, but there's a style of saying. But I think it's also important to make him happy next time, so that somebody would not say later you have done a lousy job and keep on repeating it. So one is self-managed, one is I think the trigger required for most of us is someone you have to stimulate us and motivate us. I think that's my perspective.
Good, that's what you call good news for all the Anandas, no? So there is a scope for coaching, mentoring, guiding, inspiring. I mean, we recognize others can give a better meaning to our lives.
I'll just take 30 seconds.
Yes.
See, first is when I talked first, I said that it is a state of mind. It is not a way of life. It can be a way of life over a period of time. Second thing, I think that one of the major reasons why people are unhappy in urban cities. You remember that ad of Hindustan Lever Lalita ji? इसकी कमीज मेरी कमीज से सफेद क्यों है? Jealousy is the root cause of all unhappiness. And the second biggest reason is people have lost sense of gratitude. I have no sense of gratitude for whatever I have. I keep on comparing or focusing my attention on what I don't have. That's the root cause of it.
अरे जी सच बोलूं, आप जो कोर्ट जाते ही सुप्रीम कोर्ट लाया, ये जो शर्ट पहनते हैं ना, मेरे आगे लगता है इनका शर्ट इतना सफेद क्यों है?
मजबूरी है.
Okay, anyone else wants to say?
First of all, very much congratulations to you. And because actually the whole forum we are trying to discuss happiness, because I am part of the school system and have been dealing with students for the last 15 years. Because we are born as a human being very much happy and to make this world a happy place. But we are striving because of something materialistic, because a lot of objective oriented life has come in. And that is why, because we cannot strive happiness for too long, there has to be moments of unhappiness also where you have to be learned enough to be happy in that moment of unhappiness. because that courage we have lost because of so much materialistic pursuits and living by objectives. Because that has to be a continuous process, because sometimes we lose, sometimes we win, and somewhere our management philosophy came with from West, where we try to, a lot of what we discussed about consumerism, that has to be given some breaks, and there has to be, some limitations. I think we can be happy in that unhappy moment.
I mean, you can't rule out unhappiness altogether. It happens. Take it. Don't get desperate. Even that unhappy moment.
Because what we are seeing a lot of societal cases at school level as well, because they are not able to. Because we talk about, because they are young management graduates sitting out here, but they will be facing a lot of stress. But at the school level itself, where the teachers are trying to make a comment, the children are not ready to accept a failure, because that is happening at the school level itself. So in future, our professionals will be entering, there will be anywhere stress level students and stress level professionals.
A lot of stress to the teachers, lot of stress
Yes.
to the seniors. No. This information causes lot of stress to the student, teachers, lot of stress to the so-called leaders, managers in the corporate world. You are going to get new breed of people who are already stressed. Thank you, sir. Anyone else wants to share his?
Me and my wife, we both were in the car, and she had a broken arm. And when we came back home, fortunately I was fine. He said, "Pata nahi Bhagwan ne kya kiya jo mere saath aisa hua." I just said one thing. Fortunately, no ladies written in front of us. Anything can happen in an accident. So we should be happy with whatever we are having, and the output can be good for us. It's just our business. It's just we sit there.
Even at that moment, he said, "Bhagwan Kripa, khali yahi hua." I mean, anything else could have happened. Anyway, yes, you wanted to.
Happiness curriculum. So we are, it's the sign of times where happiness is being introduced to the school students as a curriculum, and of course their instances, what he was also pointing out, have already happened. So we've already reached a stage where
In the curriculum itself.
the curriculum itself, so so it's happening. That's what I wanted to just point out. Also, just from experience, just to share what people can do at work, and of course, reading the book. Very fortunate to be part of Anand's team at one point. When people in a day-to-day, they're just checking what the work is. But if people want to just take out some time to just know each other, and this is what at least
So
my
they want to know
managers.
you, know each other. Your name.
As in managers.
Your name.
Manisha.
They want to know.
So I'm Manisha, and the whole point is, have you spent those 5 minutes talking to your team, trying to find out what else is there?
Good team. Yeah, come on. Lord Kamalananda.
I feel as compared to rural people are a little more happier. As compared, they don't have that much of the greed or demand, or maybe their aspirations are not that high. And as compared to urban, it is every day we are changing something or the other. And just, some people have such jealousy, sometimes at comparison. All that is leading to that.
Thank you.
So contentment is.
इतना टिप सुनने के बाद मायने सुधरा नहीं. दोस्त को चांस दे, हाँ, मैंने preferential treatment दे, सब कर रहा हूँ. Because we are human beings and we are urban professionals. Example है, my name is Tyagarajan. हाँ, मेरा छोटे-छोटे बच्चे, they are very stressed. हाँ, क्या करना चाहिए? That's a question. Example. Example. Anybody want motivation for writing this book?
So two motivations. One, I think psychology has been applied to extreme professionals, right? People who are insane and all that. But I think there is a little bit of pathology or fine-tuning required in all of us. And can psychology be applied to the normal people, that we meet every day? So that was one motivation. So I think the idea of applying a concept in psychology to this objective was a very interesting project, and that's the main source of motivation.
Wonderful. Anyone? Any question? Anybody? Yes.
Government, and also have a good overview of what's happening in the private organizations. Do you see the extent of happiness? How do you compare happiness with people in government and the happiness with people who are in private sector like us, who have worked for a long time?
The experience in the government, people are very highly stressed. Because you haven't worked with the government, so you possibly is extremely stressed, and in government, one person is doing the job of very large number of people. you know, if you look into the statistics, as per the rules which Britishers left, one person was possibly to deal with 100 files. Today, one person is possibly dealing with 10,000 files. And in addition to that, what was mentioned here is, which Anand said in the beginning, the visitors. I remember when we came to Delhi, and you know, you were stacked with hundreds of files. Every file was so super important. And at the same time, people are coming to see you in tons. And one day, I just thought, you know, I was so busy, 10 people sitting in my room already. 11th person comes and I said, yeah, can't you wait outside? And when I met him, at that time I was in my early 20s. The guy was Commissioner Income Tax, I'm talking of early 80s. And I felt that from today, between 2 to 6, I will do no file work. I will only attend to people. And I'll do file work till 10 o'clock in the night. So at the government, you need to take decisions that very night. One file saved me because I took a decision in 2 minutes. And 3 of the vice chairmen of the DDA, 2 lieutenant governors, they were hanged by the CBI. I'm telling you that kind of stress in the government.
So I mean, very good. So empathize with others. Somebody behaved with me like this. Why? So empathize with him. Half the problem will get resolved. Now most people will go out from this room knowing that government job also is too stressed. Anybody here?
Sir, since
you are asked to do things which you don't love.
Your job might be giving you money,
except in case of
might not
friends.
give you happiness.
It's job only, it's the work.
I think very good question. Or control. Suppose you decide to quit, and the alternative could be worse. But often, the way we think about the problem is a very suboptimal one. And there are some biases that come into thinking about such problems, and that is one of the distortions that we all have. And that is one of the things that I have highlighted. What are the biases that you could be subjected to when you are taking decisions like that? What could influence you, and in the long run you will regret it later. I think if we go through that, there is no perfect answer to it, but the idea is if the method is perfect, you will take the best decision possible in the circumstances.
Good. So you want to ask a question? आपको question पूछना? हाँ, yes.
The success relate or indifferent with the happiness.
Happily successful or some answers to it. In fact, one of the people who reviewed this book, is a guru of happiness himself, Tanvir Chahar. He has, in fact, concluded that happy people are more successful. So that is his conclusion. Now, when you say success, there are some parameters that seem to increase your happiness, but some that don't increase your happiness. For example, precisely it has been found that in the United States of America, if you are living in not California region, but somewhere in between, up to $70,000 of income, you will be happy. But additional $5,000 above $70,000, you would not be happy. So the UN is actually doing a lot of work. So the Global Happiness Council in the UN, it's the 4th year they have published the happiest countries of the world. Right, the Netherlands is the happiest country in the world. More of the Nordic countries are the happiest country in the world. So there is an attempt to scientifically look at what things improve, what things incrementally don't improve. So the field is very nascent, but there is a lot of science being put into this. So that there is so when you say success can be defined by money, by fame, etc. Then which among those, to what degree causes or increases happiness and does not increase it is also being defined these days.
Therefore, happier people are successful. The last line is important.
Yes.
Anyone, question? Yeah.
Something more than that.
Shivani? Hello, hello. Anand bola.
If you look for long periods of time, because usually after an accomplishment, you will move to the next task that needs to be accomplished. So you're again putting your happiness outside of you in a circumstance rather than looking at it as something that should be a state of your being. It should be how you are configuring yourself rather than saying, the minute it's outside of me, then many things can happen. You could have worked your hardest and not accomplished, or you could have accomplished but not acknowledged. It's when it's dependent on your environment, when it's dependent on people outside of you, then you're outsourcing your happiness.
So there are many connotations of happiness. Unfortunately, happiness is a very shallow single word for a lot that we discuss underneath, and I think that is the first thing to encounter. For example, pro-social relationships, the kind of thing that Bansalji alluded to, or creativity that Krishnan alluded to. Each one is a different dimension of happiness. And what Shivaji also said, our brains are hedonic, right? They can only understand what is incrementally different. So we soon get used to something. So for example, if you had $50,000 of income and you had a choice between 3 vacations and 1 large vacation, you should take 3 small vacations. Because at $50,000, once you say 10 days of vacation you have and 3 days you spend, since the 4th day is not different from the 3rd day, your happiness will stop. So there are very precise things that are being discovered as to what is the best use of our life's resources to increase well-being.
Thank you. But are you recording this? Okay. So far the panel discussion we're going to close in 1 minute. So we started with defining the urban professionals, why they are different than others. Then we defined why urban people are lesser happy or unhappy, the reasons we did. Then we defined what is happiness. Then we asked them to tell us some stories or the examples of people who transformed from an unhappy situation or lesser happy situation to a better situation. We did that. Then we took questions from different people, from different segments, different kinds of questions. We'll sum it up in a different manner today. Please be with me. Your answer has to be one word, not one line, not one sentence. One word. That one word will help us. It's like a mantra to be happy and more happy even in urban setup. Even an urban professional also, you can be more happy than earlier or than today. So that is what somebody can say. Meditation, example, like anybody, panelists and audience, in the next 40 seconds, one word answers. What will make you happier? One word.
Eureka.
Eureka. Yes. Meditation.
Less expectation.
Less expectation.
Music.
Peace. Music.
Cricket.
Cricket.
Alive.
Be alive.
Contentment.
Contentment.
Hard work.
Hard work.
Live in present.
Live in present.
Gratitude.
Gratitude.
Internal locus of control.
Internal locus of control. 5 words.
Family.
Family.
Knowing yourself.
3 words.
Yeah. Be within.
Be within.
Awareness.
Within. Awareness. Awareness. This side. Mantra. 1 word. Very difficult.
Self-analysis.
2 words. Meet पे dash डाल देना.
3 हो जाएंगे.
नहीं self. Shivani, 1 mantra, 1 word. To be happy, more happy.
Joy.
Joy. Joy. So 2 words चलेगा. हाँ भाई आपको ले
No, 1 line, half a line. Have faith in God.
Have faith in God.
That all is the answer to everything.
Sir. Awareness. Awareness. Anybody else? Experience.
No, I'm satisfaction.
Satisfaction.
Delight.
Delight. Yeah.
Governance.
Governance. Empathy. A good word. Empathy.
No one can be happy.
Empathy. Yes.
Peace.
Peace. Peace. Yes, Nandan. Huh?
Forgiveness.
Forgiveness. Forgiveness.
Acceptance.
Acceptance.
Love.
Love. So देखो answers are within. If you understand, this is the learning. This is the learning. I mean, Anand.
I can sum it up in 1 word.
1 word.
Atmagyan. Which is actually ends up in knowledge of self.
Oh.
Each of these words is to do with self.
Atmagyan. So after that, I can only say thank you so much.